Yes, folks, it's Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. Welcome to this evening, and I do please like and subscribe if you would be so kind. And you've all been wondering where I've been for. I'm missing for a bit. Well, I'm back. I've been writing my book, Volume 4, which I expect will be published in November. It's with the publishers now, with Gadfly Press, and the editor of Gadfly Press is, of course, Sean Atwood. So that will be published in November. And thanks for all your support with that, by the way. It's doing quite well. My books are doing quite well on Amazon. Link down below, by the way. Also going to put a link down below to the BBC feature on HMP HIGHPOINT, which is what I want to talk about today, because HMP HIGHPOINT in Suffolk is going to be the biggest prison in the United Kingdom. It currently holds 1,300. It is going to hold over 2,000 inmates. And it's got some very special features. It's going to have an enhanced gymnasium, a five-a-side football courts. It's going to have ponds and relaxation areas and workshops, and it's absolutely going to be better than Butlins. I mean, that's what you've got to give the prisoners, isn't it? Eh? I mean, when I get stuff like that, I go on holiday. Not anymore, folks. I'm going to HMP HIGHPOINT. Famous prisoner from HMP HIGHPOINT was George Michael. He was there around about 2000, I believe. What he'd been doing, he got arrested in America, didn't he, for importuning in a public lavatory. That basically it means going into a closet with a complete stranger and getting down and filleting them. And for all those of you who don't know what fellation is, it means get the old todger in the gob and giving it a good lathering. He's up to that. He's got a few convictions. He had a few convictions for that. George Michael. Brilliant singer, by the way. I like Careless Whisper. That's my favourite one. Wasn't too keen on Wham. I mean, I had a rough idea what they were up to. But it wasn't for me, that. But I quite like Careless Whisper. Anyway, HMP HIGHPOINT opened in 1975. Was a former Royal Air Force base. And it's now going to be the biggest prison. It's run by HM Prison Service, by the way, which is at least a sign that they are serious. And the Minister for Prisons, Lord Thompson. Yeah, Lord Thompson was there recently. You'll see in a link down below that I put the BBC site link where Lord Thompson is discussing. You like my new hat, by the way? My wife bought me that. So what they're going to do is they're going to try and rehabilitate the prisoners. That's the idea. It's a Category C prison, so it's not holding the most dangerous prisoners. Category C prisoners, people like low-life burglars and petty crooks, and there'll be one or two white-collar prisoners in there, but not too many. But apparently they're going to emphasise the rehabilitation aspect of imprisonment. Treat the inmates with respect, I absolutely do agree with that, but we shouldn't be absolutely placating them. All the cells that are going to be available at HMP HIGHPOINT will be en suite. When I think back to my holidays in the 60s and 70s and perhaps even the early 80s, the rooms that you got in these hotels then, they weren't en suite, were they? And you always had to share them with somebody. I was fortunate, actually. I was married to the lady I shared the rooms with. I'm not being entirely serious there, folks. But anyway, they're upgrading the establishments, so people who go to HMP HIGHPOINT will probably have better accommodation there than they would on a cardboard box in the back streets of London. That should rehabilitate them, shouldn't it? Yeah, I've got some more to talk about tomorrow. I'm going to talk about the former Chief Constable of Northamptonshire, who is being prosecuted for living the life of Walter Mitty, where he invented the story of him being a lieutenant commander and serving in the Falklands War. Except he was about 10 years too young for that. You see, Donald Trump, he's saying we should hand the Falkland Islands back to the Argentinians. What's it got to do with that fat, ignorant, big-bellied bastard? He is an ignoramus, that bugger, isn't he? See what he said to Zelensky? Hand over that region of the Ukraine, and the Russians will pull out of the rest, and you can have the rest. Yeah, it's like somebody moving into your house and saying, well, we're taking the front room and one bedroom, but you can have the rest. You'd say, no, I don't think so. That's exactly what Zelensky said to him. I feel sorry for Zelensky. Did you see him when he was interviewing him in the White House that time? He said to him, why aren't you wearing a suit? You're not showing due deference. You're not showing respect. I would have showed him some respect, all right. Straight in the snot box with the front of me head. Give him a wigging good night's kiss. Anyway, it's that time of day. I hope you're enjoying these tales from the jails. Have a look at HMP HIGHPOINT and that link I'm putting down below. I'm going to read a poem now, which is by Leonard Cohen. He also released this as a record. It's called The Future. So I have sung it on here before, but he originally was a poet, you see, Leonard Cohen. And this is the poem, The Future. Give me back my broken night, my mirrored room, my secret life. It's lonely here, there's no one left to torture. Give me absolute control over every living soul, and lie beside me, baby. That's an order. Give me crack and anal sex. Take the only tree that's left and stuff it up the hole in your culture. Give me back the Berlin Wall. Give me Stalin and St. Paul. I've seen the future, brother. It is murder. Things are gonna slide. Slide in all directions. Won't be nothing. Nothing you can measure anymore. The blizzard of the world has crossed the threshold, and it has overturned the order of the soul. When they said, repent, repent, I wonder what they meant. When they said, repent, repent, I wonder what they meant. When they said repent, I wondered what they meant. You don't know me from the wind. You never will, you never did. I'm the little Jew who wrote the Bible. I've seen the nations rise and fall. I've heard their stories, heard them all. But love's the only engine of survival. Your servant here, he has been told to say it clear, to say it cold. It's over. It ain't going any further. And now the wheels of heaven stop. You'll feel the devil's riding crop. Get ready for the future. It is murder. Things are gonna slide. There'll be the breaking of the ancient Western code. Your private life will suddenly explode. There'll be phantoms, there'll be fires on the road, and the white man dancing. You'll see a woman hanging upside down. her features covered by her fallen gown, and all the lousy little poets coming round trying to sound like Charlie Manson, and the white man's dancing. Give me back the Berlin Wall, give me Stalin and St. Paul, give me Christ, or give me Hiroshima. Destroy another fetus now. We don't like children anyhow. I've seen the future, baby. It is murder. Things are gonna slide. When they said repent, repent. The Future by Leonard Cohen. And as it is my wont, I shall warn you with the song, dear. There you are. So if you're hanging around after this, you've got to know what to expect. This is a song recorded by the Pogues, you know. The Pogues weren't originally called the Pogues, you know. They were originally called Pogue Mahone, which is Gaelic for Kiss My Arse. Anyway, they changed it because they wouldn't play them on the radio in RTE in Ireland. So they changed it to the Pogues. This is Dirty Old Town. Just let me stop this. Yeah. This is Dirty Old Town. I met my love by the gasworks wall, dreamed a dream by the old canal. I kissed my girl by the factory wall. Dirty old town, dirty old town. Clouds are drifting across the moon. Cats are prowling on the beat. Springs a girl from the streets at night. Dirty old town, dirty old town. I heard a siren from the docks, saw a train set the night on fire. I smell the spring on the smoky wind. Dirty old town, dirty old town. I'm gonna make a good sharp axe, shining steel, tempered in the fire. I'll chop you down like an old dead tree. Dirty old town, dirty old town. I met my love by the gasworks wall, dreamed a dream by the old canal. I kissed my girl by the factory wall. Dirty old town, you dirty old town. There you go. And if you really enjoyed that, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m, you know the score. Arsefull of Largactyl. Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton.